Hello again, YouTube. Welcome back. This is Watches and Wonders, and I am Tom behind the camera. And today we are going to be reviewing a Pagani design. Now, I know there's a lot of Pagani design watches out there on YouTube currently, and a lot of reviews going around about them currently. And to be honest, I don't blame people. These watches are, for the money, fantastic. So, today we will be reviewing the Pagani design PD1766, or as I like to call it, the Omega Speedy Homage. Now, this Pagani design is homaging an Omega from 1957. Now, I'm a big fan of vintage watches, I'm a big fan of vintage style watches. One of the watches I own was a watch I got from my granddad, which is a 1972 Timex Marlin. Is it an expensive watch? No. Is it a fantastic watch? Absolutely. I have no complaints about them at all. But enough of the Timex. Let's get on with the Pagani. So, today, like I say, we have the PD1766, which is a Pagani designed watch using a Seiko VK64 Mecha Quartz movement. Now, I'm a big fan of the Mecha Quartz movements because you get that look of an automatic without all of the maintenance of an automatic. Now, for people who don't understand what a Mecha Quartz movement is, a Mecha Quartz movement is a mechanical quartz movement. So you get the beautiful sweeping hand that you would do like from a mechanical watch, but the reassurance of a quartz. So this thing I've had now just shy of a month. Set it up once, and it really is one of them set it and forget it type of watches. So whilst we are talking about the Mecha Quartz movement, I will show you what I mean by partly mechanical quartz movement. So with these movements, when you press your little go, you'll hear the click. That first press was a little bit weak by me. You can see that it's very, very smooth for a quartz. I think they are just beautiful movements. Now, I'm not very good at the stopping this thing, I've just noticed. And look at that flyback chronograph. Absolutely beautiful. Now, not sure if some of you eager-eyed viewers may have noticed then, there was a beautiful blue AR coating over what I would also state is a relatively beautifully sunburst blue dial. Now, I love a good sunburst dial personally. I think just the way they catch the light, just absolutely stunning. So, with this watch, let's get into a few of the dimensions. So we have a 44mm case with a 48mm lug to lug, and what they claim is a 14mm thick case. I've measured it at 13.8, but some of these, a lot of these when they come out of the factory, they don't go through the checks for quality control. I was about to say that Seiko do, but with some of the things Seiko have been releasing recently and their quality control, I'm not sure if these guys are currently beating them, but I think that's all based on personal opinion. I've not had personally a bad Seiko, but I do also have a friend who has a really, really misaligned bezel on his Seiko, and that's how he got it from the factory, which a little bit upsetting really. Now, covering that absolutely beautiful dial, we have, as I stated earlier, an AR coated sapphire crystal, which a sapphire crystal for a watch that costs as little as this, I will go into the prices soon, is once again absolutely fantastic. One thing I really do like about it, which is sticking to that vintage style, is the warp on that sapphire crystal. It is a beautifully domed sapphire crystal. Please don't fall over. There we go. So I did opt for the steel band as well. This watch does come on a vintage style brown leather strap. Also has a vintage style face as well, where you can get the patinaed or forced patinaed lume and dial and everything to it. Now, this watch has a screw down crown, giving it supposedly 100 meters waterproof. I do trust that because they're not trying to claim it's a dive watch or anything like that. 100 meters nowadays really is sort of like the standard for a lot of watches, especially if they're going to have to put a screw down crown with it. Now, whilst looking at the watch, you will be able to see in certain places we have brushed, so around the bezel it's all brushed, and most of the case, to be honest, is brushed along the sides. And then you get, as we get up onto the bezel, you get that beautiful polish. Absolutely beautiful polish. Along with some polished highlights just going down the side of the case. And then we get onto the strap. Now, I will admit, I am not a fan of this strap. Not because of anything, not saying it's a bad quality, it's a fantastic quality strap. I'm just not a fan of them polished links. Personally, I believe they should have just gone brushed from top to bottom with this strap. But you can't always get what you wish for. It's a beautiful watch either way. Now, as we spin round to the back, you will see we have milled clasp, double push secure system, and an actual 3-link oyster bracelet. All these links are separate. Now, this watch cost me, with delivery, £41. For that £41 we have got a Seiko Mecha Quartz movement, the VK64. We have a blue domed sapphire crystal over that gorgeous dial. Lovely sunburst. Solid 3-link bracelet going all the way down. There is no tapering to this bracelet. It is 20mm from top all the way down to the bottom. We have split pins. As you can see, I've already taken these out to fit my very small wrists. I don't blame you if you are laughing at how small I have to make these watches. I don't blame you at all. We have the claimed BGW9 lume on this watch. It is one of my favourite looms. It really is. It's got a beautiful, beautiful blue to it, which I will show you at the end of the video. It's becoming really, really hard for me to start purchasing or go back to purchasing some of your more inline popular brands, i.e. Citizen, Seiko, Rotary as well. I've had some real bad experiences with Rotary, and I started doing this simply because I was a big fan of Jodie from Just One More Watch, who started getting in some fantastic watches, and I just couldn't physically believe the quality of the watch for the price. So big shout out to Jodie from Just One More Watch. Much love all the way from the UK. Hope Sydney's treating you nice, because currently over here we are getting blown about by wind. Also, big shout out as well to Wes Watches. He's given me some massive pointers on a lot of these watches to start looking at, and he has been a massive inspiration for me whilst doing these. So I'd like to do a big shout out to him and a big thank you to him. And yeah, there's not much more when it comes to this watch. It is a beautifully, but I don't want to say simple, because it's not simple. But for the price that they're doing it at, it is a beautifully, beautifully made watch. incredibly cheap for what you get. Yes, I don't like the strap, but the straps can be changed. I have other straps that I could change this strap for. Going back to the crown, as I stated earlier, screw down crown, but also stamped. Now, come on guys, this is ridiculous. The amount of stuff we get on this watch, £30 odd watch, that I'm not even getting out of £500-600 watches. I will be reviewing, coming up very soon, the limited edition 140th anniversary Seiko 5. And I will be pulling in a few SKX homages and a few Seiko Monster homages just to show the unbelievable amount of quality that we are getting out of these watches for such little price. It really, really is fantastic. It really is. And it becomes hard to start buying other watches or even looking into other watches when you can get these for the prices that you can get them from. Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to charge this up for you and show you all the Lume. I will be back in a second. And here we are with the Lume shot. Now that is beautiful. But the reason I claim, I'm not 100% sure if it is BGW9, and it could be just a very thin coat, but as beautiful as the Lume is, it doesn't last long. This is not a watch that you're going to be able to wake up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning and go, oh, I wonder what time it is. You're not going to be able to see these, unfortunately. It doesn't last long. As you can see just from these last few seconds of the video, the Lume has started disappearing. You have to put it really, really deep into darkness for you to be able to see it properly again. But yeah, other than that, what an amazing watch. But right, thank you very much guys for joining me again. I know you're waiting for these videos to become better quality and for me to get a few better things. It is on the way. There will be new light settings, there will be hopefully a new tripod at some point. If you guys could see what I'm using right now, because I need something, you'd probably all laugh. It is hilarious. But until next time, thank you again for joining me. This has been Watches and Wonders, Tom speaking, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.